In the main function, we are calling root. First, we are assigning the value root is equal to null. After that, name is equal to D and phone number is equal to 1. Over there in the main function, we are calling root node is equal to insert node. We are passing 3 values. One is null and another one D, name, and phone number 1. So the moment you call this method, so insert node method will be called. Here null represents root, D represents name, 1 represents phone number. So the root which we are giving or we are having inside the method are different from the root that we are having in the main function. So you need to understand the scope of the variable. Next, inside the insert method, what is happening? Insert node method, I mean. If root is equal to null. So if root is equal to null, the condition is successful. So if root is equal to null, what we are doing? We are returning the value from create node. So what are the values that create node is taking? Create node is taking name and phone number. Name is D, phone number is 1. Now immediately this method will be called. Here what is happening? Struct tree node. That means we are calling the structure here. That means this is the new node of size. What is the size? Size of a tree node. Tree node will have 4 fields. One is name, phone number, right child and left child. And we are using a string copy method to copy the name or the value that we are passing here, D and 1, to the new node name and new node phone number. Next, since it is a empty node, like we are creating a node and which is not going to point to anything else, we are giving null value here. So we are giving null value here. Next, new node. Consider the address of this node is 1000. What we are doing? We are passing the new node, which is a pointer that is pointing to the structure that we just created. Now here it returns new node value. From here, whatever the create node value is returning, we are returning that value to here. That means now updated root value is equal to 1000 is done. That means root. So the node that we just created that has the values D and 1 with null is the root node. Next, let us call the insert method one more time. So now root is equal to 1000. Now I am passing the value. Consider I am passing the value B and phone number is equal to 2. So what we will be doing? Root is equal to insert node. So we are passing the value 1000, comma B and 2. So this is the root value, name and phone number. You need to understand the global variable and static variable and the scope of the variable. The root which is here is different to root that is here, right? Now in the insert node, if root is equal to null, is root is equal to null? No, root is equal to 1000 here. So this condition failed now. It comes back to here and check string compare name, comma root name less than 100. Sorry, less than 0. So what is the name here? Name is B. What is the root name? Root is 1000. 1000 name is D. So they are checking the condition B less than D. Is the condition successful? Yes, the condition is successful. So when B is less than D, what we will be doing? We will be going towards the left. So that is what a binary search tree says. So since B is less than D, we go to the left. So to go to the left, here the condition is written root left. So this is the root and root left. So root left is equal to insert. We are calling the same function. This is recursive function. Insert node root left. So root left is what? Initially the values are null, right? So null, comma name and phone number. What is the name that we want to copy or create? New node B and 2 is the phone number. Now the moment you call the insert node, so the insert node will be called again. Here one more root, one more name, one more phone number. So if you observe, the root over here is different to this root the root over here is different to the other root, because as I repeatedly mentioned, scope of the variables are very important to understand. Now here root is null, name is B and phone number is 2. If root is equal to null, so what is the root value here? Null. So condition is successful. When the condition is successful, what happens? If this condition is successful, the same return create node, name B and phone number 2 are passed. Again, what happens now? Create node will be called. The moment you call the create node, this function will be called. You know what happens when you call this function? When you call this function, a new node will be created and value B and 2 is assigned and null. Consider like the address is 2000 here. New node 2000 will be returned to here. New node 2000 will be passed to the return to left also. That means here we are changing the address from null to 2000. That means we are creating a connection between the new node that we created for the B name and 2 phone number, which is null on both the sides, is done like this. Similarly, it exits and root value remains 1000. So we are not changing anything. Root is equal to 1000. Let us give a name is equal to E. Phone number is equal to 3. Root is equal to insert node. The root address is 1000 and the name that you want to insert is E. Phone number is 4. So insert node will be called here. If root is equal to null, is root is equal to null? No. So here root is 1000. The condition failed. Comes here and it compares. What is it comparing? E is less than B. The condition failed here. Else if, here there is one more condition. So what is the other condition? If E is greater than B, condition is true. So when condition is true, what we are doing? We are inserting at the right side. So the binary search tree property is, if an element that you want to insert in the tree is greater than the root node, so look at the right side. In the right side, what will happen? Again we are calling a function root right is equal to root of right. Root right means what? Root is 1000. 1000's right is this null. So we want to insert a new element over there, is equal to, we are calling again insert node function. So when you are calling the insert node function, 3 parameters that we are passing. So root right node is currently null and the values that you want to insert is E for the name E and 4 for phone number. Now insert node again will be called. First it checks the condition. If root is equal to null, root is equal to null, condition is successful, create a node. So what happens? It creates a new node with value E and 4. Now this address will be 3000 consider. Here what happens? The value returns here is 3000 to the root right. So root right will be replaced from null to 3000. That means a new node is attached over here with value E and 4 and null on either side. Now what happens if you want to insert the name A? So first it compares with the D versus A. A is smaller, it comes here. Now here B is there. B and A will be compared. So A is smaller than B. So this null will be replaced with the new node that we are creating and A comes and sit here. Consider phone number 5 and null. So if the address here is 5000, 5000 will be replaced with this null. This is how we keep inserting the nodes in the binary search tree.